Well, hey everybody, I'm Jack. Welcome to another episode of Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm looking out my window at a perfectly gorgeous day here in South Alabama, albeit about 10 degrees above average for this time of year. So as we sit on October 2nd, we're still in the summer down here. So it kind of makes a little bit odd time to do this video, but hey, don't want to wait too late, do we? So today I want to talk about tips for a raw food diet in cold climates. That's something a lot of people are going to be interested in the upcoming months. So listen guys, if you haven't already done it, please go down there and hit that subscribe button now. I do videos every day trying to give little tips and stuff like this. So go hit that subscribe button and then make sure you click on the little bell and check send notifications so you will stay subscribed to the channel. You know, it's funny. I tell people all the time right now, you know, just a little bit of my story. Up until about a year and 3 months ago, I had done this lifestyle in the tropics, So I've been here in the States for about a year and 3 months now, and I'm in Alabama. Now, when I tell people I'm in Alabama, y'all excuse me, I'm having a little bit of green smoothie too. When I tell people I'm in Alabama, they're like, oh, it's not cold in Alabama. You don't deal with any cold in Alabama, do you? Well, yes, I do deal with cold here in Alabama. We just don't have the crazy, sustained, long, harsh winters like a lot of people have. You know, the South, this part of the South is real strange. Generally, it's just like fronts come through. And where I am, it can seriously, it can be below freezing one day and it can be up in the 70s, sometimes even in the 80s within 4, 5, 6 days from that. So these little fronts come through, it rains, it gets cold for a couple of days, and then usually it warms back up. But there's enough cold weather to where, yeah, I'm definitely dealing with it. And for somebody that lived and did this in the tropics, lived and did this lifestyle in the tropics, and also lived in the tropics for 18 years, this is winter to me. So, you know, I use my little tricks too. And listen, to be honest, this is a lifestyle for the tropics. I'm not going to pull any punches. To me, this is a lifestyle for the tropics. In the tropics, fruit is our optimal food, in my opinion. But when we get out of that, you know, we kind of have to make some adjustments. We can't have that strict same mentality because number one, we're not getting the fruit's not optimal. It's generally not ripe. It's coming from a long way away, and it's generally not abundant. So winter, cold weather, I want to encourage all of you, is about doing the best you can. So many people lose it during the cold weather and go completely off the rails because they're a little too hard on themselves. You know, if they eat a bite of cooked food, they failed. And then eventually when they have that mentality of any bit of cooked food is failure, that gets in their head and it just starts working on them. And then eventually, a lot of them go completely off the rails. They're eating all kind of cooked food. They're eating all kind of horrible things. And it all kind of started because they were just a little too hard on themselves and were just like, nope, nope, won't eat a bite of cooked food, won't do it, no how, no way. A lot of little tricks. Listen, I was getting prepared for this video and I was thinking about any number of things. I could probably talk for, honestly, I could have probably done one of those live streams and talked for an hour on this because there's an endless number of little tips, and I'm sure a lot of people will think of ones that I didn't think of. One of the most obvious ones is keep your body warm around the house or in your surroundings. You know, I'm going to try it myself personally. It's ironic that I'm saying this because I'm going to keep the heating bill down this winter. So since my mom's not in the house anymore, I'm not going to use a whole lot of heat. So I'm going to be wearing clothes and what have you, but that will help a lot. Keep yourself warm. You know, don't depend so much on the food to keep yourself warm. If you need to wear clothes around the house, wear clothes around the house. If you have a good heating source, I would be open to using more heat, like if I was somewhere where I had a place where I could get wood and I could burn wood. I have central air conditioning that tends to be drying. It tends to dry me out too much anyway. So I'm going to do it by clothes. So I'm going to probably look like an Eskimo in these videos when it gets cold weather, because I'm going to be wearing a good bit of clothes around the house. And I'm a bit cold natured, so it takes me a little while to warm up into the day. So, you know, keep your body warm. Wear warm clothes or use heat around the house, and that's going to help a lot. The recipes, I'm always talking about that. There's always a reason to have good recipes you like. Wintertime is a really good time to have some of those savory recipes, those really hearty recipes you like. Maybe go search my channel and find that stew that I have. I've got that real hearty stew. You can probably go find my recipe playlist. But things like that are, that I put mushrooms in and corn and a heavier sauce, and it just really, sticks to your ribs, fills you up, makes you feel like you're eating a little bit more than just, fruit or whatever. Well, you are eating more than fruit. That's not fruit, that's vegetables. But and you can do that with soups, you can do that with whatever. And that also comes around to, right now I don't have a dehydrator. I'm probably going to get one. A couple of those recipes, like that one I'm just talking about, my stew, I might put that in my dehydrator for a little bit during the winter time, just to get a little bit of warmth to it, what have you. With the soups, if you come up with some good soup recipes for the winter, those are perfect, because your Vitamix and probably your Ninja and some of your other high-speed blenders to a certain extent, if you run them for a while, you can tend to heat them up a little bit too. You can play with that Vitamix especially, and get it fairly warm, but keep it under 118 degrees. So that's something to think about too. But definitely have those hearty, savory recipes. Room temperature smoothies. I think people bring this up sometimes, and it doesn't even really make sense, or maybe it does for others. I mean, they say, oh, well, I just don't feel like a cold smoothie in the wintertime. Well, I'm not drinking a cold smoothie right now. And it's not wintertime here. I mean, I haven't used anything cold in my smoothies in 2 or 3 years or more now, unless I'm making that type of a smoothie. But my general green smoothies, bananas, spinach, my spirulina, cacao, room temperature water. So yeah, I mean, if you really needed to go that extra mile, you could even have just a little bit warmer water in there. But obviously don't, if you're really having a hard time with it, don't drink cold smoothies. Which also brings you around to, now I'm going to eat my ice cream. And some people, that's where you're going to really have to be dressed. You're going to have a warm house, or you're going to have to be dressed. So I'm already thinking ahead, like when the cold weather comes, I'm going to look like I'm going out into Arctic weather when I'm sitting in this house and I'm eating my ice cream then. But in general, you play with that. I don't know. I ate ice cream. I ate ice cream a lot last year during the winter. I ate ice cream on some of the coldest days of the year, but it depends on how solid you are on this lifestyle. That might not be the best idea for you. But if you do, you can. Just keep your body warm. Keep your core warm. Wear clothes. Wear layers, even around the house. The smoothies. This will be especially so. I'm starting to get a little bit nervous because I'm not seeing mangoes. Last year, after I came back from Woodstock, I had mangoes solid from then on. I was getting mangoes at my Asian market. Just went to the Asian market yesterday. Third time I've been, no mangoes. I went up to Walmart this morning. Those Keet, K-E-I-I-T mangoes, they seem to have disappeared. The last hope, I bought a couple of these mangoes from Brazil. Now I know Brazil has good mangoes, but I haven't had very good luck with them. So they have not been, they haven't ripened very well in the past. So I just got a couple to test them out. But what I'm getting around to in a long way is smoothies. Man, I'm going to be pounding those smoothies during the winter. Pounding those smoothies, green smoothies, lots of green smoothies. I figure, I do the best I can on this lifestyle. I've never tried to tell you guys, oh my God, this is the way I'm getting everything I need to be doing. I do this and that. I just kind of make it work, or I just kind of do what I feel like works for me. But I'm going to do lots of green smoothies because during the hotter weather, I've kind of neglected my greens. I haven't done as many green smoothies. So I figure, if I'm not getting the watermelon, I'm not getting the mango, just double down and get those greens in. I'll be just doing massive amounts of the green smoothies. Um, but yeah, and then maybe one last little tip, but this might be a little bit too late to talk about it. And this isn't the most practical because you're not going to necessarily be able to keep that much anyway, is prepare ahead of time. Put some stuff in your freezer. But the reason I say that kind of hesitatingly, is that a word? Is because you honestly, unless you've got a massive freezer, you're kind of only going to tease yourself. You can put some stuff up in the freezer, to bring out during the peak of the winter, and that can help too. Freeze, if you're still getting mangoes, freeze yourself a bunch of mangoes. That will brighten you up during that cold weather. On that day where you're having a real hard time with this lifestyle, pull yourself out some mango or something else tropical and make a smoothie with it, and brighten up your winter a little bit. But like I say, there's any number of tips in the winter. And one last thing I'll talk about is if you're not going to be Mr. Proud, I'm trying to give everybody a little bit. I'm trying to cover everybody. I'm trying to cover the people for tips for people that are just going to be hardcore. Nope, I'm not going to eat any cooked. I'm going to stick with it. And God bless you if you do. And, you will feel great if you do. If you don't, just try to think of cooked food, the best cooked food choices possible. For me, a lot of the default this winter is going to be a couple of simple things. It's going to be sweet potatoes and collard greens. Sweet potatoes because I have found for my body, for my personal experience, digestion-wise, they are in my body, they react the same way, the closest way to fruit does of any cooked food out there. So I'll be eating mostly sweet potatoes and collard greens, just because when I eat the cooked, I like to get the greens. I like to get a big dose of the greens, or I will cook a couple of sweet potatoes and put them on top of a salad. But start thinking about it now. People, almost in everything in life, think ahead. Be a season ahead, be a couple of months ahead, be a little bit proactive, because once you're in it, people tend to panic and they're like, oh, I don't know. Have yourself a plan now. Know what you're going to do once the cold weather comes around, and it's not going to be that big a deal, not going to be that hard. So anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.